Hello everyone and welcome back to Naval Action. We are back in Lamona in our victory. I still need to grind a few thousand XP on it to max it out. There's going to be another victory video for this one. People have been asking about the stats and the build of the ships. I'm just going to show you before we go out. Just checking my XP. I need another 3,000 to get the 4th book on it. And she's a Malabar African. We're just going to do the other window. Here we go. She's a Malabar teak, African teak build, made before the speed changes and the turning and everything else as it's changed. Sorry. 3 upgrade slots with British Gunnery Sergeant, Navy Planking, Navy Structure, and all the port bonuses out of Santo Domingo. So that's the current build. Weapon wise, mainly long guns. I got a few blown fields on that because I have plenty of 24 pounders. The rest are just long guns, and got Congreves on the bow and Carrows on the stern. Books, we've got the Gunnery Encyclopedia on. We got the Art of Ship Handling and Seafager's Last Log, and that's pretty much it. So here's the numbers. I still need to hunt for a few different ships. I got one group kill mission that's ready to be handed in, but we need to find another Victory or a Bucentaur, Santies, Oceans, Bolognas, and Pavels. So anything in the big range, probably a multi-ship fight. So let's leave port and see what we can get ourselves into. Right, so out in the open world. Are we lucky? No, the sea is more or less empty. There's a single LGE around, but not too funny in a victory. I'll hunt around for a few targets and I'll bring you back once I find one. See you in a second. Alright, welcome back. We are just about to start a fight with the Bucentaur +1. Managed to find him just short up in Mona Passage. So here's the fight. And in we are, a Pavel and a Bucentaur. So we were looking for both ships, so that's good for us. Make our guns ready. I am gonna try and wait. Try and slow down one of them and take down the other one first, and then basically split them apart and take them piece by piece. See how it goes. Sometimes when you slow down the AI, they will try and stick together as much as they can, but you can try and force them apart by your own speed. But we'll see how it goes. As the Bucentaur is the one that's in our immediate vicinity. He's going to be the one we're going to try and slow down. Low, but 89 sail hits down to 87. That's good. Start to speed up here. I do want to see if I can swing in behind him, but we might just have to fire off another round of chain shot from range, broadside on, and then hopefully that will slow him down into the 70s. See, that's a bit of damage here. Slow start. Bouncing most of it. Almost reloaded. See if I can force up his main sails as well by going full speed myself. Reallocate the bow and stern and starboard side gun crews. This would actually be a good position to fire chains in, because you can hit both ships' sails with one broadside. However, I don't want to slow down the power as well. So we're just going to keep slowly angling in front of the cruising tower here, so if you set full sails. And then once they do, give him a little hello, a little love tap. I'm gonna go back to double on the opposite side. He's still keeping at it with just bow sails. For now, at least. More or less reloaded on the other side. I'm just going to force him to turn here. Then come away. Make him turn and try and chase us again. Penetration, nothing bad. Power fire as well. As soon as the bosun tower sets main sails as well, goes to full sails, I'll be doing a hard left. Get the chains in. That's why I'm holding my fire and not engaging the Pavel at this moment. The wind is not favourable for the maneuver, but that's the plan I went in with, and I'm going to stick to it until it proves completely unattainable. Come on, Bruce. There we go. A bit high. Mainly going into the middle of the sail. Nice to that made one. Alright, I'm gonna do it once more. Or turn it into the wind again. Or with the wind again. Keeping at full sails, and we're gonna aim lower next time. Need to reduce them a bit. Almost done on the reload. Reloading slightly slower and doing a repair at the same time. Getting our armor back up before we get into the final spot. And we got him dead on. And we got him down to 65%. Alright. So now, turn our attention back to the Pavel. We're going to keep it full sails for a bit. Let the Bucentaur fall back. He's not going anywhere fast. That's not clear. His sails are completely intact. It's down to 65%. He's not going to be able to keep up more or less even at battle sails. We're just going to increase the distance somewhat. Trade a few shots with the Pavel here at range. Shot. Good. He's turning into it now. Yeah, he's trying to keep up with us as well. Get him in the nose. Back. Bit of angle. Way too high, way too high. Close the distance more than I accounted for. And we're just gonna give the last round of chains on the boost, might as well see if we can take out his top sails. Try and turn for a broadside here. Thing with the AI, as soon as you get into the game and get a feel for it, you start to know how to move them around, how to basically manipulate them and how they behave, and that's going to help you dictate the fight, make sure you're fighting on your terms and not theirs. A little bit low. Down to 5%. Time to engage. Pavel here. Allow ourselves to go down to battle sails. We'll still be moving away from the evil. Now you don't have to chain them down if you want to. You can easily take them on by just kiting and just killing them. I just feel, well, one more comfortable doing so, and I feel it adds a bit more to the narrative that how I would have tried to achieve this fight had I been a real captain. I know I'm not, and I know it's not a complete simulation, but that's my idea behind it. Plus, as I fight the Pavel, if for some odd reason I find myself in a very sticky situation and unable to continue the fight with the Bucentaur after finishing the Pavel, I know I have the speed to get away. There's both a lifeline and a awesome habit. Alright, checking range. Good. Two high hits. Well, I thought I said that was a good shot. Guess I was wrong. Yeah, he's still falling down. Let's save the double until it comes to range. I'm not too worried about angling and mitigating as much damage as possible by turning. And that's simply because I want to keep them in the formation they're in now. If I start wiggling too much, it's going to alter how they move. and how they're positioned relative to each other. Right now we got them positioned with the booster door falling behind and the Pavel trying to keep up. At some point he's going to make a right turn because I'm getting too far ahead of him for him to fire effectively. He's going to try and zoom in and get back on me, and at that point we can start turning right or starboard with the wind, and that will even increase our distance to the booster door. If we wanted to force that a bit quicker, we could go to full sails. At this moment, I'm fairly happy with the amount of damage compared to the amount of damage I'm taking compared to the damage output I'm doing. And once we get the Pavel more or less down, what we want to do anyway is turn the opposite direction to engage the boosting tower. That's going to be the stronger side at that point. And now the Pavel is setting full sails because he's falling too far behind to get a proper broadside in. He's going to set full sails, and you see him slightly turning to the right. Going to try to close the gap and get in closer, and once you do, we can force him with his even longer to the starboard side, and still keep ourselves way ahead of the boosting tower and out of his firing range. So that's a way to split them off and make sure you're only taking hits from one ship at a time. 3 minutes for repair, we're still in good condition. He's out of our effective arc of fire. If I were to turn in now, I would be losing speed, both because of the wind position, but also with the turn itself. And I would also be allowing the boosting tower to catch up. So that's why I'm keeping on this tack for now. Once the Pavel gets in a bit closer, we're going to start turning to the right. He's going down to battle sails a bit earlier than I expected. Oh, actually, he's going even further down. He's gone down to half or so. That's odd. Oh, it's just... I don't have to say that. He's going down slow now, even. Alright, so I had the AI figured out more or less as I wanted to, but now he's just being odd. I'm going to turn in, fire the broadside, and then we're going to go with our turn to... Right, I'm just going to give him much of that. Right, let's come around, full sails. Pulling from with us again. They're definitely trying to stick together. We're going to have to increase the range to the boosting tower somewhat more. Get the Pavel back into our engagement area. Managed to angle ourselves out there just in time to make sure we didn't get too many hits on the stern. The boosting tower is turning to engage us here. A few hits to the stern, but no major damage. Now, a different tactic would have been just to get them stuck in between them and firing on each broadside and having the ship on each side and just tank them out. Try not to do that, because it usually leads to me being in a position I don't really want to fight in. Right, coming back down to battle sails, let them catch up a bit. And go deep power. 9 seconds until the second repair cycle. Now as the power comes up here behind us, he might even try and turn not up to our side, but in behind us to rake us. If he does, we're obviously going to turn, and that's going to be even more favorable for us. When it comes to the positioning, when it comes to the positioning, it will however mean that we're going to be shooting at his stronger side, as we've made the most damage to his starboard side and not larboard. But if he comes up and in behind us, we can both turn to starboard, and that will be blocking the boosting turret even further from engaging us. So it's going to mean a better position, but more armor to take down. So we'll see what he does. Wind turns slightly, so we just start turning ourselves to make sure we get good speed. Yeah, he's turning in behind us. He's more or less forced to by the wind. That also means I will be turning and putting the power in between us. And that's in between him and, or me and the boosting army. With the speed nerves and the wind changes, getting caught too close to the wind is very detrimental to a first raid, second raid, because it's going to slow you down so dramatically. And sorry for the hoarse voice and a slight cough here and there. It's still a bit rough from last night's stream. Sip of coffee. Alright, Pavel, come along. I'm not sure why he's counter-turning us here. Few ricochets here and there, but nothing major, and the wind being waving hard. I'll come back. Definitely feels like the Pavel's trying to stick with his friend and make sure I don't split him up too much. Yeah, he's being completely weird. Alright, we got the range, we can play around with attack here. That might even be at our advantage. That kind of force the boosting turret to attack and allow us to close the range with the Pavel here. Little random fire output as we're swinging around. Oh what? Coming back for the positive speed. With us turning around and now the wind has changed, the boost control will be forced to tack in, and we can start moving left and pushing on the Pavel, and he'll be following us around. Alright, repairs are done. My aim here is to push in front of the Pavel, get on his weak side, fire there, and then maybe turn slightly and pull him this way. It's going to mean we're going to get slightly closer to the boosting turret itself, but it should at the same time mean that we'll still have the Pavel in between him and me. We'll see. The Pavel is definitely trying to back up here, his squadron commander here, so. Boosting turret's coming up for a bit of pounding. Might as well oblige him. And set it around. They've got us more or less pinched, but we got the speed and maneuverability over one of them right now, so I am not worried. We may even get in a cheeky bastard. No. Accelerating too fast. Where is he? Alright, well, that's what it is. We'll just be pushing him around a bit. Move our angle somewhat, and now we're gonna let go. Sponsor anyway. Get a shot in on the So this is the situation I did want to be in. Had hoped to pass around the Pavel here, but I got caught up in the attempt to wreck his bowsprit. So now we're in a position in between two enemy ships and being pounded on both sides. And it's not a position I like to find myself in. We can take it with the build we have, but it is giving us the chance to do a bit of damage to the finally the Pavel side. Just gonna stick on this side of him anyway, because we've more or less wrecked that side. What we have to keep in mind is when we turn here, the further we turn, the more likely we are to get hit in the stern by the boosting turret. Pretty bad. Knocked over. We have him fire and then we're gonna turn. Could be firing any second now. One fire. Oh, anyway, we're gonna slightly angle us there, so stern shot opportunity here. Took out the pump though. Now you start firing. Oh, there goes my stern. And the Pavel's going to get himself stuck in the wind in a second, so we're just going to pass him behind him and wait for him to turn out again. As you can probably tell, I do have a plan. I do feel I can manipulate the AI around. But some of the changes they've done over the last 6 to 12 months means that the AI will be harder to split apart than they were before. And they are trying to cover each other more. Which is a good thing. It means it's a bit more challenging to take on bigger fleets and big groups. Come around, let's see if we can like that. Right with this. A bit higher next time. The him turning, being all weird, is the boosting dog gets a chance to catch up. We're gonna come around. See if we can keep our positional advantage with one being in between the other. Turn the yards ever so slightly to help with the turn. Ow. That was a good hit from the Pavel. I had expected him to fire just slightly earlier. We're still in a position where we can fire on the Pavel without having to worry too much about the boosting tower. What we're going to have to consider in a moment is the Pavel's position. As we do, we might want to loot him at some point. So we still need to keep him in the wind, or in a position where we can still reach him. And close the range a bit on the problem. And if you haven't figured already, this is going to be one of the longer videos. One out of 53, that's decent. Alright, one more broadside is going to put him below 20% structure. He's going to sink, and the pump is damaged as well, so. Gonna check my sound settings. Boost the general volume down. Broadside, fire. Yes, it's going down. Now's the time to decide, if you haven't already, do you want to take the damage that you might get by closing the range with the Pavel and slowing down? Because it's going to mean you're going to suffer a bit of damage from his friend. Or do you just want to sink him and forego the loot? Depends on what you're after. I generally try to loot if I can. Reloads back up. A bit too far ahead of the Pavel here. Could be a good position to do a handbrake stop once we get into his front. Will mean that we're going to eat a little bit of a fire from his friend as we close in here, but we'll manage. Power. I think I'm going to help him on his way. The broadside is going to be anyway. Oh, he's on fire. Hopefully he's going to sink before he blows. There's a pump stop. He's not going to be fighting it effectively. Being close to another line ship on fire is not a position you want to find yourself in. Not in the game, and not even in real life especially. Because the chance of it spreading to your own ship is very much real. Alright, he's almost down. As soon as we get the loot, we're in a good position to come in behind the booster or give him a stun raid. Let's see. There we go. Down. Cross. A few doubloons and hull repairs, that's always good. Now we could try and turn as fast as possible to get on his weaker side. I do have a feeling that he's going to be out turning me, even damaged. We'll see. If nothing else, we'll pass alongside him and hammer his weak side. Or we can maneuver back into position. Yeah. He's going to come flat as possible to get the most out of his broadside. And that's going to send us even better. What we're going to try and do is come out a bit and then make a soft turnaround and come back up on his wounded starboard side, but he might turn around to try to keep engaging us. We'll see. Lost a bit of cruise. I'm just gonna there we go. Disable that opposite broadside, going for one reload at a time. We're gonna fire as we swing around. Fire done. Four mast yard. Turn rate. He's on fire now. I'm going to take a speed hit here by doing this hard turn, but I don't mind. As I say, I don't want to move, I just want to turn. I don't mind the drop in forward momentum, but I just want my turn to come in as small as possible, just getting on his wounded side. It looks like it's gonna work. The wind might annoy us a bit, so I'm passing behind him. Don't turn that way. There we go. Oh, unloaded. Don't mind. Not really allows us to turn anymore because the wind is gonna slow us down too much now. With him turning around again, we'll be able to use our speed to get in behind him or on the opposite side of him. Basically, we're going to swing around it. Move forward. I don't want to ram into you. Nor do I want to drop speed. Move forward. Allow ourselves somewhat of a turn. Get a better angle on the wind. Try and line up for us. Ooh, stun right here as we come in. We're going too slow to get all the guns in, but we're good. At this short range, you really need the speed up to get the full length of the broadside in from the fast rate, and we don't have that. How could I not take a screenshot of that moment? Alright, we're unloaded on that side, obviously. I could use rum to heal my crew, but I don't need to at this point in the fight. That's why I'm holding off. I can put the crew back on the ship after the fight. I don't need to do it now. I'm gonna go down to half sails as he's so badly crippled. Don't want to pull too far ahead of him. Now on is just a slugfest. Comes out. I'm taking a bit of water. And if you're wondering how to remove your UI, it's Control H, and there's two tabs to do, or there's two levels of it. If you're in a battle, Control H once will remove your UI but still give you your firing arc. Control H once more is going to remove it. You can do it like this. That worked. Alright, we almost got this guy, but we've been playing around with manipulating. Sorry. Need more coffee, as always. We've been playing around with manipulating the AI and forcing them around and playing on their behavior to our advantage. Hopefully you picked up a thing or two as this fight progressed. Alright, one more board. Actually, we still got lower damage. He's just shooting most of it into the water. However, he is down. Low 20% structure. Slow. We're going to slow us down as well. So we'll keep this position. We'll keep hammering him until he's completely sunk, because it's still going to give us XP for doing damage. At this time, you still need to be careful if you're in a similar ship, or maybe even a slower ship than the enemy, because in this position we're still going to be taking damage while he sinks. This one's going to sink pretty fast because he pumps out, and he's completely out of structure, more or less. But you are going to take damage from his broadsides. Just make sure he doesn't kill you before you kill him. There he goes. That was it. Let's see what he's got. Bit of rum, another brought pennant, pirate refit, and a few more holy pairs. Yeah, overall, it's not bad. Let's see how much XP we got. Maybe that will be enough for the book I'm missing. Well, we finished a search and destroy mission. We got 1,800 or 180,000 reals and 2,600 XP, so that should be enough for the next book. I'm gonna head into the nearest port here just to refit and crew on. But I hope you enjoyed the fight and maybe even learned a few things about how you can maneuver the AI around. So thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and until next time, stay safe. Just a quick post edit. I just got into Naval to put on that 4th book, and lo and behold, we're just about 165 XP short to get that 4th book. So I guess I'll have to go beat up a trade ship or something. But there'll be more victory videos to come. That's it. Later.